This is truly a very exciting time for mobile gaming, and simply due to the fact that we have so many powerful smartphones that can play games like Fortnite and PUBG. But of course, I wouldn't say Fortnite mobile or PUBG mobile in terms of graphics get close to like computers or like even video game consoles. But I think they get pretty close. And comparing them to last gen consoles, I can safely assume that they are pretty much identical in terms of graphics. I personally expect way more games like PUBG and Fortnite to have a mobile version and to be just as playable as their PC counterpart. Now in this video we're gonna take a look at PUBG mobile, simply because I have way more experience playing PUBG mobile than Fortnite, and also I'm trash at Fortnite. Now I've seen a lot of other YouTubers have tried to compare PUBG mobile to the full-blown version of PUBG on computers, but I think that's not the right way to do it, for the simple reason that mobile phones have way less resources than computers. They don't have a dedicated GPU, they have way weaker CPUs. It's true that the iPhone X, for example, has a really good CPU which can be compared to a lot of i5 processors, processors. But in terms of graphics, we can't really compare the mobile GPUs to PC GPUs. And before I start talking about PUBG Mobile, I'm gonna say straight, PUBG Mobile doesn't have the same graphics as PUBG on the PC. It's not comparable. It has really good graphics for a mobile game, very impressive graphics, but it just cannot be compared to PUBG on a computer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the controls. This is one of the few things that I think could be much better. I mean, PUBG and Fortnite, especially PUBG, have very good controls when it comes to mobile games, but I think it's just there's just something missing from it. You know, it's good, it's okay, it's usable, but I just feel it could have been much better. And I feel like this makes way more sense in PUBG Mobile, because PUBG Mobile can only be played with other mobile players. PUBG Mobile players all play together, but in Fortnite, you play with other PC players, with Xbox One players, with PS4 players, and this makes, at least mobile players, it gives them a really big disadvantage. And this is the problem that a lot of Fortnite mobile players face, is the fact that it's just so difficult to kill people in the game and to actually win the game on mobile. It's just, you're competing with people that have keyboards and controllers on the touchscreen. It just doesn't make sense. It's not fair. But in PUBG, everyone is kind of on the same level when it comes to controls and like ease to use, I guess, of the game, usability of the game, and I think that makes way more sense with the whole Fortnite cross-platform and stuff. Now let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are pretty good when you compare them to other video games, other mobile video games, but pretty bad when you compare them to the actual PC versions of the game. Okay, I wouldn't say it's pretty bad. It's not bad. In all honesty, it's not bad. Comparing Fortnite mobile on an iPhone X, for example, to like a high-end PC, you might see some differences because of the size of the display, the resolution, but on a phone, it looks pretty close. It looks pretty good. Now that's probably because Fortnite doesn't have the best graphics ever. Even on a computer, it's really well optimized for like low-end computers, so it doesn't have like really high graphics. So I get that it wasn't really hard to replicate on a smartphone, especially on iOS devices that have really good processors. Now when it comes to PUBG, the PC graphics are really good. One of the best looking games of 2017 easily. But comparing that to the mobile version, there's no comparison. PUBG is probably one of the best looking games on phones and one of the best looking games on computers. But comparing the two, like PUBG Mobile and PUBG on PC, is just not comparable at all. one area in which that's extremely noticeable is when it comes to houses. The objects inside the houses in PUBG Mobile are honestly not as detailed, and you just have way more objects in PUBG on PC. The objects are way more detailed and way more noticeable, and also the houses in PUBG Mobile feel a little empty, and that's honestly fine. That's to be expected. I mean, PUBG Mobile is around, I would say, 800 megabytes in size, in download size, whereas PUBG on PC is roughly around 50 gigs. So obviously there's way more code involved in PUBG PC. There's also a new map from PUBG, the normal PUBG game on PC, that was implemented on PUBG Mobile. And I don't have any footage of that because when I was recording, the update wasn't out yet. So I'm gonna make a video comparing that to the other map, the first map that we have in PUBG, to see what kind of differences we really have. But the most amazing part about PUBG Mobile is the fact that we have exactly the same experience when it comes to gameplay. I mean, the game is 100% identical. You have the same weapons, the same cars. It's just, the game is just like a turned down version of the PC version, which is amazing. And that's even more true in Fortnite, simply because Fortnite is the exact same game on mobile and on PC. The menu and all the things, the objects, the maps, they are all identical. And that's also kind of true for PUBG, but the menu in PUBG is kind of different from the menu in PUBG Mobile, it's kind of different to the menu in the real game. But when it comes to actual gameplay, both games are identical to their PC counterparts. But if you want to have a battle royale experience on mobile but don't want to play PUBG, there are a lot of other games that are really good. I mean, there's one other game that is really good, and that's Rules of Survival. That game is really, really good. It's very similar to PUBG. It's more like PUBG, not like Fortnite. But yeah, it's actually a really good game, and I'm also planning on making a video on that. Now, if you are on an iOS device, you have the option to play all these games. You have PUBG Mobile, you have Fortnite Mobile, you have Rules of Survival, which are all available to download for free. But on Android, I think you have PUBG and Rules of Survival. Fortnite is still in development for Android. And yeah, but if you're playing on iOS, you at least need iOS 11 to be able to run the game, and also an iPhone, anything from an iPhone 6s to an iPhone 10. And if you're playing on an iPad, anything from an iPad 4 to any newer iPad. And but PUBG is available for all the platforms regardless of what device you have. You do need to have iOS 11 for PUBG though. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this was kind of a shorter video because I'm kind of trying out new things. I haven't uploaded in a very, very long time, and I'm trying to change the content to my YouTube channel a little bit. I'm exploring more of gaming, and especially mobile gaming, because I don't know why, but I'm very interested in mobile gaming these days. I don't know, it's just seeing games that we had like 2 years ago compared to now is just amazing. There's also Asphalt 9 coming out on mobile phone. It looks amazing. I've played it and it looks amazing. It's honestly very good compared to the old Asphalt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.